Some of our older counterparts in the African American community, they understood unity more than we understand unity today, more than the younger generations understand it. Honestly, the younger generations don't care about it. They can care less. They're so entrenched in individualism and their own needs that they don't care to acknowledge others who look like them. They don't care to, they just don't understand it at all. And they could care less about understanding it. But the older generations, they understood and understand it to this day. They're a lot more generous with one another. They don't frown at greeting someone just on the street, if they are of the same race. They immediately will greet you and respect you. Nowadays, if you say hi to a younger person, like for me in my age bracket, most of the time, we act like we on fight mode instead of being normal humans. We give each other like mean looks, and we'll shrug somebody off or dismiss them, reject somebody just off of them trying to greet you and say hi or even ask you for directions or anything of that nature. Just regular Samaritan type shit. We can't do that for each other. We'll do it for somebody of another race, but we're not there for each other. We're not unified with one another. But we'll willingly do it for other races. We'll willingly cooperate with people of other races, but not with our own. We can't work with our own. We can't speak with our own. We can't be nice and respect one another. It has to be on go whenever we see one another. People, they like to assume that you're going to disrespect them. They assume that they're gonna get into a fight. It's bad, man. It's bad. It's very standoffish, off-putting behavior that we exhibit towards one another that our older counterparts didn't have in the 70s, the 60s, and the 70s. And I see that they have brought that up. They didn't let that go. And that's what, it kind of makes me sad that their generation is getting older and they're getting ready to die out. It's sad but true. It's like something that I don't even want to acknowledge, but it's true. And it's like, what is going to exist after them? What are we going to have? You know what I'm saying? How can we keep that alive? How can we keep unity among us alive? How can we bridge the gap between the younger people? How can we get people of African descent back on code with one another?